Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wrong Socks channel, and today we have another podcast for you, and I'd like to start off today's episode by talking about the publicity that we're getting recently on TikTok. Mainly me, but like, you are just cutting the crossfire at the minute.
But no, Scan's in the crossfire, I'm a magnet for the hate, and then you have a fan club of your own.
I don't know why, honestly.
That's a good way to put it up.
So,
no, but honestly, some of them videos have me in stitches.
Oh yeah.
Swear to God.
those of them have been done really, really well, and even has me laughing, even though I see in the comments and they're like, Anthony needs a shower, Anthony needs to go to Turkey, and I'm like, where are these creative comments coming from? Who out there in the right mind is thinking, right, let's go on to this podcast and just go boom. It is, yes.
Yeah, just keep it coming.
But as much hate as we're getting in the DMs now, I'm getting a lot of love. Well, we're getting a lot of love.
Hear,
People
great to hear.
Saying they love the podcast and they genuinely find us interesting. A fella in my sister's class says he listens to us before he goes to sleep.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
thanks, I guess. People have their own ways of going to sleep, whether it be music or anything.
Yeah.
For him, and maybe the Wrong Socks channel.
Do you know what helps me go to sleep? So I turn off my PlayStation, right? But I can't sleep unless the the no signal thing is on my telly.
Yeah.
Or just a little bit of light. Because if I'm in
complete darkness,
it just doesn't work. Do you get me?
No.
Alright.
Right. No, it'll be complete darkness.
Yeah.
No.
I can't.
No, for me it's like sometimes I'd like to doze off watching a movie or something.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah, it's just like, or when you had a PS4 and you just wake up and you hear the PS4 noise. No, not like the actual PS4, like the menu theme.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
But
we've all had one of those.
The noise in the backgrounds of our games videos because of my PlayStation.
Oh, it won't be long before my
mine must be
PlayStation
alright,
goes like that. Sometimes my PC actually goes like that because games, like how they're done, is like it's pushing the fans to just go absolutely 90.
Your model's gonna turn into a flying car.
Speaking of cars, guess what?
Ooh.
I bought my first car this week. And actually, stick around till the end of the video because...
Was that the fake taxi interview you're filming?
Oh my God, stop!
No. I'm not supposed to say that. So stick around till the end of the video. And I'll bring you along with me when I'm dropping the lads home. I wouldn't say it's been on my mind recently, but when I was thinking of topics for today, one of the things that came to mind was like, do you know, in terms of like priorities right now in life, where do like girls sit for you?
At the moment, actually quite low.
Not as high as you would have been months ago.
Yeah, I've thought myself that maybe I just need to focus on myself before I focus on getting a girl or something like that.
I think you come to realise it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You do come to realise that stage.
Like, obviously as a teenager, your mind is different. You're, how do I put this politely, a horny little fucker. So you're gonna be wanting to get out there, get your bit, get
just
like sorted.
That's what
But as you go into more adulthood, you realise it's like it isn't all about women, but it would be nice to actually have one. But you realise you have more priorities, like your job, your future, or your mental health, your physical health, just stuff like that will always come before women.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's
Can I just show you as like the perfect example of everything they said there is just completely facts. So if you go to my TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it at the time, but I was definitely in a rut, right? And look at the last 2 months, and you'll just see me, not just on TikTok or whatever, but I literally have just done that. Like,
yeah, you went in upwards direction.
Every aspect of my life. Like, TikTok numbers are banging, podcast is banging, games are banging. But I'm after just buying my first car. I'm smoking. Oh, not smoking. Like, I meant like not smoking. I meant like I'm like completing every goal I'm setting. Like absolutely everything.
Smashing it.
It just came from. I was like, oh, girls are up here, and then I just did that. Right, forget about girls and just go out and fucking whatever you want to do, just do it. And
see, yeah, that's I do like saying that, but you probably have a bit more to say besides just cutting in. But like,
yeah, that's great.
You just fucking Forgot. Go again.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Yeah, so like I'm not saying I'm going asexual. Asexual is really not sex, isn't it?
No, I think asexual is where it's like
I'm not
you can't
sure.
clarify on your own gender or something like that.
I don't
So,
even know what it is.
non-sexual. Is that what they call it?
That's where you have like, it's not to do with like having intercourse. Like,
Oh.
The sexual means like as in
I don't think
what
we-
you identify as.
Right. Anyway, I'm not saying like I'm never getting aboard again or anything. I'm just saying like if it happens, it happens. But it's definitely not a priority at all. Like my priorities, football, the song that I'm making podcast, like, and I'm literally just tunnel vision, and every single part of my life has just gone like that, up, and I'm finding myself, right? Do you know when you're in a relationship and you just get like that one person you're waiting for a text all day, and it's just back and forth, right? And then when they're not texting, you're like, ah.
No,
But like
Yeah.
now, right? I swear to God, every time I check my phone, I have texts from like, whether it's just random people asking, like, saying stuff about the podcast or that they look the TikToks or whatever. Like I'm genuinely just talking to so much more people because I'm putting myself out there. I'm making new friends
You're
and
making
I'm
a good
making
impact.
making
moves.
connections in
Yes.
every. Do you know what I mean? So everything is just working out, and I'm like, yeah, focusing on yourself is just
The way to
100%
go.
the right way to go. Yeah.
I realised what I was gonna say now is that when like you focus on yourself and then like someone you may know could be like talking to a girl and you can get FOMO.
Yeah.
That can happen. You're like,
Oh, that's happened a few times to me, and I'm like, why?
What's FOMO?
for missing out.
Yeah.
I heard that, and
But then you have to realise that's not all that.
yeah, it's not, and
Like-
you can't don't don't think that you're behind or like falling back or whatever because
Because this is
everyone
such a milestone to say.
yeah
Listen,
everyone's on a different journey.
my advice out there is love will come at the most weird time when you least expect it. So
Yeah.
just don't try, and it's like I was saying, don't go chasing butterflies. Attract them. Focus on yourself. Focus on your future,
Build a butterfly garden,
Yeah.
and the
and
butterflies
then
will come.
they'll just come along.
Don't chase women, chase you.
Yep.
That's the way
So,
to say
Chase
that.
the best version of you.
Yeah.
Because face it, it's like the only reason 95% of men want a girlfriend is to get their bit. Simple as like it's. So 5% of them is for to have a relationship, to have like someone there for them. But like in this day and age, it is 95%. It is because
At our age, you might be right there. But I feel now that like at the stage of life that I'm at now, all I want is right. I'm focusing on my goals, and then if I meet a girl that's focusing on her goals, and we just meet and do them together, rather than meeting a girl and having to like
try
focus on dragging her up, and saying like, God,
No.
do you know what I mean? So it's just about
Stick
focus on your
with
goals.
the one girl and you both go up then, as you were saying.
Yeah,
You'll get further than if you're going for different ones.
Yeah.
Because if you spend your time trying to fix a broken girl, what will end up happening is by the time you actually fix her, she'll just break you like that. She'll find someone better,
You'll find yourself in a worse situation.
and then it's like,
You are-
why?
Big
Why did I
facts.
spend my time?
Big facts.
So instead, focus on yourself, and it doesn't like. It's not saying where it's like, if you focus on yourself, you're guaranteed to find someone. Like you obviously do have to get out there, but it's not a case of if you don't get one now, it doesn't mean you're not going to get one in the future. And that's what I've come to learn. That's what I've come to think. It's like at the moment with the state I was in, it's like I was in no position to look after myself, look after other people. So it's like once I realised that, I was like, do you know.
Sorry, my nanny's inside singing. Sorry.
Sorry. But once I realised that, it's like, right, time to look after myself. Whatever
Yeah.
happens, happens. But for me, it's just living day by day.
So as you've had a bit of a time off work, what have you been doing?
Well, realistically, first I started off by he was trying to help me with the jogging. Now, obviously, now I wasn't a big fan of it, but it did help. So
Yeah.
thanks for that.
No worries.
But I've
And
focused.
you helped a lot of people as well. Don't forget that.
Oh,
Yeah. I have focused on reading a book at the moment, learning how to just properly flush away any negative emotions that could come with like job stress or anything.
Yeah.
So just learning how to like react instead of being like all angry, huffy puffy. It's just like stay calm, stay composed, just being whatever. Then it's like obviously practicing the darts again, just because if there is something I want to work on, it'd be that. So
Yeah.
that's how I've been doing so far this month.
That's good. Okay, before we move on from girls, right? I have one more question to ask, and I want to know if this is just me. What's the story with 10:59 p.m. You're like, yeah, focus on me goals, and then it hits 11, right? And then you just want to like flirt with every girl on your fucking Snapchat.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden 3 o'clock you're motivating yourself.
Yeah.
So
like Ashton Hall, actually.
Is that just what's the science behind that?
Oh,
Like as soon as it hits 11, you're just like, right, get your tits.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
but
I don't know why we do that.
Yeah,
yeah, it's weird.
that's not just me, is it?
No,
No.
Leave
it's me as
I
well.
thought-
Leave it
was
in
just
the
me as
comments.
well.
I don't know.
Maybe 15.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
We're 15. Why do girls get their tits out?
Realistically, on like a subject of getting out there, it's like they used to believe like that the drinking culture is moving towards nightclubs more than pubs nowadays.
No, it's drinking culture in Ireland. There's nothing really to do other than drink,
Yeah.
and then you're considered not normal if you don't.
No, for me, because like I hear a lot of people like be like, "Oh, let's just go to a nightclub this, nightclubs that," and it's like, at this rate, it's like Irish people are known for their drinking and their pubs, but if we keep going on, there won't be any pubs in the near future. Like it'll just all be nightclubs.
Yeah.
Like
I much prefer a pub because you can actually
Yeah.
have a conversation. Like you can just sit
Yeah,
down.
it's-
I remember when I was in the academy. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, I'm going to the toilet.
Don't remind me of that. Nick.
No.
no, we don't talk
That was the
about
worst night of my life. Oh shit, there's a fly. some
Some
fellow
phobia.
some fellow came into the toilets and he was like, "Some good boards out there, isn't it?" And I was on a mad one. I was like, "We fucking board won't dance with me." He was like, "What?"
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that was such a. I was snap.
I was-
You were involved in that night anyway.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
move
But-
swiftly on.
Yeah.
Until we start talking about what Anto said in the car.
Oh no.
Move on.
That was AI.
That was Anto intelligence.
Oh, he's got that.
No, I don't know.
What are like some hot takes that you believe that people kill you over?
So if you say something, people are like, no, that's like wrong or something.
Yeah, this is like, what hot takes do you believe that's like, why, like people be like, why the fuck? Or like, and gone full on 1 against 100, trying to prove your point.
Right, maturing is realising that pubs are better than nightclubs.
Yeah, I agree. Well, obviously everyone is different. Like some
Oh,
people
yeah.
prefer jeans over tracksuit bottoms. So you can't
Yeah.
say, "Oh no, they're worse." That's just
Old
people.
money,
Yeah, and all furnished
I
jeans.
do like
are
some of
really-
that old money stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it look nice.
polo shorts are unreal.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think. For me, it's always going to be the debate of basically between football clubs. Like, if there's a certain player out there and you're trying to say this person is better than that, and then you have the whole fan base of one club coming at you, trying to prove facts
Yeah.
and points and stats.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's take Messi for example, right? People talk about how many penalties Messi got during the World Cup, and you realise it's like, do we not have a tiebreaker called a penalty shootout for a reason? Like, fair enough, goals is goal, but it's like when you try to use that stat against someone, I'm just like, what's the point of that? Like, what's the point of using say, oh, this person has this much penalties? It's like, yeah, but that's still a fucking goal.
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
Like people say about like Mo Salah scores. He's just a pen merchant or whatever. But like, you say to me right now, build your dream, starting 11 in the world at the minute. My first player is Salah.
Remember doing that in school in the copies?
Oh yeah, just
We need to do that.
Yeah.
And not because he's not the hardest worker. He's not the best team player. But you need goals. You need someone who will score
And yeah, he
9 times out of 10. You
Like,
need Salah. Like.
And plus, people are forgetting like Salah's coming to near the end of his career, so
Yeah,
he's not
exactly.
going to be as on fire, but he is still doing the job. Like,
Yeah.
he's still getting the job done. He's leading Liverpool to another league title. So like,
Yeah.
where's wrong in that?
But you know what you said about Messi during the World Cup. I can't take people seriously when they say, Messi won the World Cup because of penalties or because the referees was on their side. Like, I can't take them seriously. Or like anytime I see them like on Twitter or TikTok, I think that has to be rage bait. There's no way they believe Messi won the World Cup because of pens or because of fucking referees or decisions. Like, because
I think like Messi was brilliant during the World Cup because he single-handedly fiddled in the semi-finals or World Cup, fiddled the Croatia out of it.
Yeah,
just
and
made us show them.
Also, just want to say, like, what was like one of the best saves you've seen like football live or not? Like, you might have seen it watching the match, you might have seen highlights or.
Speaking about the match just a minute ago, we were all sitting over here, right? Emi Martinez, Colin Moani. Oh,
that save!
I was gonna say something similar to Casillas 2010.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. That was probably the best save up until that Martinez save.
For me, it's Czech in the Champions League final. Like the amount of saves like that Czech got in 2012.
Oh no,
Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where they got a header off and it was about to go top corner, just Czech just managed like right against the post just to get it out.
Another one that happened recently. The ball was I think we were playing against, would it be Forest? And Martinez, so the ball literally gets crossed in, is shot, and he literally like did a 360 and slapped it off the line like that. Like, surely I'd say you would have seen it, but if I can play the clip I will, but copyright and also
that's.
But yeah, real life. I'm trying to think. Oh, the best save I've ever seen in real life. Nah, would it be? Well, close up, and anyway, one that comes to mind. My nan's save when we went to Ireland, France.
I only seen highlights of that on TikTok the other day, and I was like, I was at that match. I was literally behind the goal as he saved that, and it's like
that was some save as well.
And that was only recently.
What
day is today? The 30th. So last week, 2 years ago, was when that happened. So that's like that match was actually quality, to be honest. Same as the Latvia one, to be fair.
Yeah. So that one with them scored from like the halfway.
Yeah, man. Fucking cunt, about 30, 40 yards, boom. And we were like, oh my god.
Sorry, can I just mention someone found me Snapchat, right? And they added me.
How did you find it?
Okay, I added them back, not knowing like what it was. I just like thought it was a random person added me. And he goes, "Is this Nathan from TikTok?" And I was like, "God, how did you get my name?" And then I currently have like 15 requests. I haven't accepted them. And he added me to a group chat with all his mates, and it's all them people that have them accounts of me.
Right, and
the reason I say that is because he texted me just there. He said, "Get the fuck in, better mention my name and tell Anto he's a punter." Right.
Nice.
Sound.
Any chance they get to have a go at Anto?
Yeah, so there'll be no
Do I say his name?
No. But, as a punter, I'm saying no.
Anto, you say his name?
But yeah, no. Keep up the videos because they're actually fun.
But in all seriousness, it's like we don't want to give out like shout outs just at the moment. Yeah.
Especially the people that call me a punter.
Don't we all get tagged like nearly every video?
Yeah. But speaking of football, right? Going back to football. Yeah. What do you think about this? So there's this football rule that was suggested by some referee. So he suggests that if a player takes too long for a throw in, like do you know when people are trying to time waste.
Yeah.
Is that the one that gets awarded to the other team?
Yeah. So like for example, if there's a corner and they take too long, gets reverse goal kick. If there's a throw in and they're taking too long, just reverse it, throw in, because for the time it takes the ref to go, alright, come on, speed it up, and then he goes like that and he's like this. Referee goes, right, yellow card, writes it in his notes. That's like a minute gone.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's just a perfect.
I think
that's a good. I think that'd be a fair rule.
It would be, but I think another fair thing is what they do in the rugby, and where they just stop the clock. So when the ball goes out, whether it be for a goal kick, for a throw in, for a corner.
Jody,
we have a new guest.
Where's the camera?
Walk around.
Can you see me?
No, the true joke.
Shall I walk in?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You can. Don't let the dog.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. If he runs into that wire, it's game over. Do you have anything to say?
No,
Do you have anything to say on the podcast?
talking about that throw-in rule.
Oh yeah.
And stopping the clock like they have in the rugby.
Yeah, but do you not think?
Yeah, that's what Anto was saying.
Do you think stopping the clock would make the game literally like 2.5 hours long?
I wouldn't think so, to be honest, because it fights against time wasting.
Yeah, but just like a stat, seen it was last season. They said that the ball's actually only in play for 40 minutes out of 90 in the average Premier League game, right? So if that's the case, if they stop the clock at every opportunity, it would be literally 2.5 hours long, the match. Think about it.
Yeah.
I suppose, but like it's like with the clock being stopped, there's obviously like the time, like the time may not continue, but they do have like a time wasting rule for it. Like you only get like a certain time to take the throw-ins and whatnot, so it's like they have like 10 to 15 seconds.
But like the rule is the goalkeeper has 10 seconds with the ball in his hands, but they don't follow that. Like I see keepers with the ball in their hands for 20 seconds and then they kick it, and do you know what I mean? So there's ways around that rule. Whereas if the referee had the power to just say, right, you're taking too long, throw into the other team, doesn't mean he has to use it, but just because the rule is there,
They'll make them think like.
do you know what I
just
mean?
think like all the other team will be able to get thrown or whatever.
So it will make them want to take the throw.
This is actually like a good thing as well that I'm also thinking of. It's like, do you think like a Sinbin for a yellow card should be introduced?
What, are you playing Rush?
Rugby, well, like, there's more rugby rules for this, but it's like some of the rules in there actually makes a lot of sense.
Do you know what I think would be the perfect use for a sin bin in football? You know, if a team's on a counter attack, and a player clips them or drags them down, and it's a straight yellow because like you stopped. I think examples like that, like stopping a counter attack, like when the team is breaking and you take a yellow for it, like that was it can be a good
A
chance
tactical
to score.
foul.
That's where I think sin bin should be brought into it. Alright, 5 minutes, you're off.
Hmm.
Because then it would make them think twice about
more
stopping
cautious.
a counter attack.
Oh
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
I think they should also like stop being so light on the rule. It's like you see the littlest thing happened and you see players rolling around, pretending their knees broken. Next thing they're up and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and that player's gotten
That's
yellow
where
card or a
usually
red card.
box them and you get a yellow card or something. Well, probably not that, but
No, like they used to have like normal fouls, but they would like say something that would be a red, it would have been only a yellow. Where only the highly dangerous ones, where it's either nearly injured a player or has injured a player, should be a red. Because that way, because you're looking at games nowadays that has red cards here, there's yellow cards left, right, and centre, and you're like, why?
Yeah. Like I posted a video the other day. Like I made like it looks like a good tackle, right? But see the way I'll play the clip, right? I slid and put my foot on top of the ball with my studs up, and my studs caught your man's leg, but I got the ball first. If that's in the Premier League, VAR checks that and goes,
red card.
his studs are above the ball, red card. And
It's very light and harsh, and they just keep leaning towards the red cards, and it's like where's the fun in that?
Everything today is just protect the players, we can't have that many injuries. But no, I do kind of agree with it though. Like in a way, if your studs are up like above the ankle, you can't break someone's leg.
Right, that's fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Another thing is like the idea of too many matches. A lot of people are hating it, but I think the only hating is because it's not giving the teams like they want it to be like everything's perfect, every player can play every match, and it's like no, there's a reason why clubs have so many players. Like I think clubs can have up to 45 players. I think 45 to 52.
well, Chelsea broke that rule. They have 84 players.
We do not.
Fair enough.
No, we only have about.
I'll go to Turkey as well.
Oh, we have like
You have a whole squad for the Premier League, a whole squad for the
Conference League.
a whole squad for the Carabao Cup.
no, we use the same team for the conference and the Carabao and the FA. But it's like I think it's actually a good idea for players like to have a rest period from league matches, because obviously like when you're playing European football like Champions League and Premier League, you want to have your best players.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously.
But obviously like the FIFA wants to introduce more matches for the fans and for their pockets. So I think it's a good idea just to have a few extra players that you can rotate your squad and get more matches in so the fans can enjoy it. The smaller, beautiful players that don't really get minutes can actually get game time now.
Yeah.
To where if we go back to the old rule where there was only like 6 games in the Champions League for the groups and knockouts, and there was no Club World Cup bollocks, or like we have our main. It's like you see now like younger players like coming through, because once you get to the FA Cup quarters or semis, most teams just go with their main teams. Then they say fuck the smaller players. Like they just go with main team because they want the trophy.
Yeah.
So I think it's good for youth development for there to be more matches.
Like, do you know a good example of that is Lamar Bogart. You know the Villa player?
I actually
Don't know.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's put in a good few shifts this season, and the reason he's been given the opportunity is because we've had such fixture congestion that he's been given a go. He's been playing centre back, right back, and defensive mid
like
because
James
of our
Milner
injuries.
playing everywhere.
Yeah, literally. I know we're looking to sell him for like 10 million or something, but like example like that, a good youth player that because of fixture congestion has been given a chance and he's actually a baller. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if we were down the bottom of the table, probably wouldn't have had that opportunity.
So I don't normally go for stats, but it's like we have a youth player called Mark Yu, and we don't play him in the Premier League. We don't play him in the cups. We only play him in the Conference League. But yeah, he has 6 goals in the Conference League and is current top scorer just from the league phase.
You see my nanny out there. I think she'd have 6 goals in the Conference League, to be honest. So that
Is this coming from the Philip fan that couldn't even win the competition?
you ain't gonna win it.
Yeah, we are. Who's gonna stop us?
Come back to this in May.
If we don't win it, I'll reveal my chest hair.
Well, no, whole stomach.
Oh, they see the
No,
stomach.
wait, didn't we say the goal was 10k followers August?
Yep.
Are we actually like stuck with that?
Yeah, we're still
So
going
if you
for
do get that,
10K.
you have to, Andrew, if you do get that, you have to show the fucking everything.
Yeah, and
Lads, I want 10,000 followers on the podcast account
Oh,
by
please.
August. By the end of okay, we're not.
Okay.
By the end of August, it will happen. So if you don't follow, press follow and subscribe to our YouTube. Oh, that can get put on TikTok. I'll put it on the story.
Subscribe
Yeah,
to the longer videos app.
Yeah, it's a longer.
Oh, well, I never see them videos on obviously that app, the red and white with
Yeah.
longer videos.
Yeah.
People saying, no, 96% of them aren't subscribed and all that.
Oh, that recommend. But it's like we should also try get like clips for that as well, because it's like they have this thing called Shorts now,
Yeah,
where
It's
it's
a different
like a
version of the
TikTok, yeah.
we could do that. Yeah, but
So
we need really
clips
good
from
clips for
this
that.
goes from red onto the red and white channel.
And we can record in my room where we get clips for the black and orange.
Whoa! I prefer the black and red.
Alright.
I'll be honest, I don't really tune into the news a lot, but I just saw a video recently. I'm not sure how recently it was. It was an earthquake in Thailand or something. Have you seen
Or in
that? It was Myanmar or something in Thailand.
yeah.
But I seen a CCTV footage from like a high-rise building, pool shaking and all.
Jesus.
I seen something on TikTok where this woman was in that building and,
Yeah.
and she just see the whole pool water going down and she's like,
Yeah, these
Am I
people
gonna
on
die?
these people on a balcony having the time of their life in the pool or whatever.
what do you mean by that?
Holy
Then I also seen footage where the whole high rise just collapsed down.
no, I didn't see that bit though. I only saw
No,
it
I
small.
see like a high rise just collapsed because of it. And I'm just like, thank God we live in Ireland because we don't
Yeah.
get like tornadoes, we don't get earthquakes, we don't get volcanoes.
Yeah.
But we get bipolar weather.
Oh yeah, like we're coming into summer now and I bet it's sunny
I
now,
thought it
but
was
it's gonna be
winter.
lash wind.
a load of foreigners we get as well.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Am I allowed to I can say what I want.
No.
This is
No,
If
that's
you're on
that'd
Rumble,
be
you could say that.
I can
yeah,
say
that'd be no, that'd be borderline like cancellation.
No, no, hold on.
Do you just not
Let me
see
get
what
this straight, right?
with
If you
that
don't want, sorry, if you don't want illegals in your country, that doesn't make you a racist. But some people seem to think that.
Yeah,
All I
it's,
said
no,
was
a lot of people
we have a load of foreigners. That's not racist. We do have a load
We
of
do.
foreigners.
we do, but it's like there's certain extents to how you can actually like go about it. Because the only way I'm thinking is that cunt, what's his name,
Garen,
Garen
yeah.
Leon. That's
Yeah.
why I'm kind of being like, just be
What
on the
even
safe
happened?
side. on
What were
that.
But
people
I don't
saying?
think
Because
I don't think TikTok.
Right, we can
themselves
cut this part
take
out
his
anyways.
account off.
So
I think what happened was he obviously voiced his opinion on immigration and all, and then
Yeah.
people are giving him hate comments, so he deleted his accounts.
yeah, basically because you're saying that there was too much people coming into the country,
And
that a lot of
he's
crime is going on, not
And
just
he's
with
right.
immigration, just with the
Just
Irish
with
people in
everyone,
general,
Yeah, he's right.
and that the government is doing jack shit.
Yeah, he's right.
He's right.
So, but a lot of people didn't like it because there are a lot of snowflakes.
Yeah.
Forced him to delete his channel.
And
But he ended up coming back.
yeah, and I'm gonna post the thing where I said the thing that's wrong with this country is a load of foreigners coming in.
We-
And if people start giving me, you think I'm gonna delete wrong socks because
No,
No.
there you
You
go.
just gone wrong.
that's your
if you get
opinion.
deleted.
That's but it's like just we have to be borderline on like touchy subjects like that because well,
Well, I'll be honest.
cancellation
yeah,
culture. That's
You
all
can
I'd
Fuck
say.
cancellation, yeah.
You can hear immigration is as long as you're working, you're alright.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like,
Shit.
if you're not working and all that, and you're like
Don't
illegally.
Have you seen that video of your man whipping the Americans?
Oh my
You got. I see in the comments. Someone said, "You got Tom much for let's say thank you." You see that? Oh, thank you, very much.
Oh, that was a crack one.
Forgot about that.
Oh, that's a fucking crack one.
We learned to listen. Thank you.
Oh Lord.
Forgot about that good video. Oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we obviously cut some of the bleeding immigration part. We have to.
Yeah, but I'm keeping the part in where you
Yeah.
said
Oh
that.
yeah, no, yeah. Fair enough.
Do you believe, right, this world is going to get overpopulated and that we're going to run out of food or water at some point?
Well, eventually, yeah.
Eventually, but not
Not
definitely
anytime
not
soon.
anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, we won't be here, but like it's just
Well,
a
no, we'll
case
be
of
long gone, I'd say.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be probably absolutely parked by the mice.
But do you know what? Do you know what, like, I couldn't wrap my head around? Like, there's gonna be a day we run out of materials. Surely
Yeah.
is that a fact?
Yeah.
Like, surely there's gonna be a time where, like, we just have no more things
Plastic or something.
do you know what I mean? No more tools to, like, build with or whatever. Because, do you know what I mean? When this house gets knocked down, well, can it be reused? Probably.
Certain aspects of it can,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
It's gonna be a day we run out of oil.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a day we run out of fucking certain animals because we're making them extinct.
yeah, like I think we're trying to kill them off too quickly instead of breeding them, letting them grow. Then once the elder ones can't, produce anymore, then we kill them. That way, we're sustaining the life cycle and getting food from it.
Sound like a serial killer around.
That's like Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, like,
I
it's like
like biology.
I'm just using common sense from
Yeah.
of all games, Minecraft. Yeah, you breed a lot of cows, wait for the baby ones to grow
like
up,
semi-realistic, but then there's just a
and then you
block.
kill.
Yeah, but like how? I don't think. No, I don't think there's a day we're running out of food. Like, because there's always
It just grows in the ground.
it grows in the ground. You can eat fucking any animal.
Mm-hmm.
I think meat-wise, I think if we're not careful, we'll run out of it. But vegetation, I doubt it.
But how would we run out of meat?
Again, humans killing them before, like, they have a chance to breed the animals.
Yeah, that's fair.
If they can't breed, they can't produce more animals. Therefore,
Yeah.
we run out.
Right, yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
I am gonna kill someone.
So the whole time.
It should be alright. It's just a little bit in the background, but
Yes, I'll hear.
It's a little bit. So.
Yeah.
here's her.
Oh, we're gonna get an account 8 in O'Reilly's fridge. So much.
And they're talking about.
Oh. Heavy cane.
That no, please don't keep that in future.
Please cut
name.
that.
Please cut that because that's game over.
Wrong socks out there.
Yeah, you got married dinner.
I just said that because I think it's greasy when it says Harry Kane train. He goes to a header.
I have a bit of a point to make, right? And about like when you post something and like the comments are like, oh, it's not that deep. Like if you complete a run and like it's like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Or like just you complete a goal or something.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, it's not that deep.
Or not that hard.
And then it's like, oh, you stop smoking green. It's not that deep. Get over it. Like everything, right? And I mean like every part of life is that deep. Like see like everything you do in your life is for a reason.
Oh yeah.
Your addictions are there for a reason. Like see someone with a gambling addiction,
Yeah.
that stems from something they lack in their personal life, that to fulfill that gap or that rut, they use that rush of gambling to do that.
Especially if they win something. Like,
Yeah, well then that-
Right,
Yeah, that just fuels it.
Yeah.
And
Or like so for example, if someone has that rut there, some people like replace it with simple stuff like just takeaways or sugar or like
Oh, yeah.
it's like
For me-
relationships with stuff like that.
For me, it's like tiredness. Instead of like actually sleeping on time, I just go to the shop and get like a can of Monster or a Red Bull to try get the energy from those drinks instead of being like going to sleep early or getting proper sleep.
Yeah, that obviously stems from something like you. I don't know, like
Probably
probably
from
from fucking lockdown or
Yeah,
something. Where
lockdown.
you trained yourself, not trained yourself. You got into the habit of sleeping in, and you like that. Not sleeping in, like sleeping like till.
Yeah,
I,
without any,
I
like,
used to stay up all night and then just sleep during the day.
yeah, without any like consequences. Or
Yeah.
So that's why probably nowadays you're like, God, that was when I had the most fucking enjoyment. So I'm gonna keep doing that. And that's why everything in life is that deep. Like genuinely, every decision you make is based off your mind, and your mind is a collection of memories from when you were born up until now.
Uh-huh.
So you make your decisions based off your like traumas, accomplishments, like everything. You're like
Past experiences.
you touch a stove and you burn your hand. Next time you go to touch that stove,
Hey.
you're gonna go like, oh shit, should I do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why every decision you make in life is that deep. Do you know what I mean? And every
Mm-hmm.
thing you do, like
A lot of people don't deep it like that. They just
Yeah, yeah.
oh, whatever.
Sorry to intrude on this, but it's like we will get comments now on this part of the video where it's like, bro, it's not that deep, and we're like,
Yeah.
we're trying to explain to you why
it is that deep.
Like,
Scientifically, like everything in
there
life
will
is
be
that
one or
deep.
two comments saying that. So
Yeah.
listen, it is a good point to pick on because all I've seen is on whether it be the jogging videos or your football
celebrate
videos.
with a fat
Bro,
drink.
it's not that deep. And it's like,
I do like the comments saying, bro, celebrate with a fat one because they're just like funny and like
I don't think that's ever gonna change. That's just gonna carry
nah,
on.
that's
yeah.
just internet for you.
That's what
It's-
happens with like streamers and all. They still say some like stuff from ages ago. And all.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
even when I was 200 days off and I said to my uncle, I was like, oh look, day 200. He goes, I should celebrate with a joint, and I was like, yeah.
You haven't got me this time.
Yeah.
Like the different personalities that people have. Some people escape with simple stuff, like as I said, like takeaways or whatever. And then there's people that want to deal with it, like in like, cause I think I had a very like what's the word like, actually, for example, right, I never had a girlfriend until I was 18. Yeah.
Right.
So I started smoking then, and it's like as if my want for a girlfriend,
just
I
went up and up and up.
replaced. Well, yeah, it went up, but I felt like I replaced it with that high. So when I got high, I was like, oh yeah, I don't care about that, and that's where like I'm filling that void of like loneliness,
Uh-huh.
right, with that. And some people fill the void of heartbreak or the something like that with drink or with heavier shit, like whether it be sniff or whether it be.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why everything is that deep. Like someone
Yeah.
that is commenting, "Oh, I smoke weed every day, and I'm grand," and I'm like,
One day you won't be gone.
one day it won't be grand. And what are you?
One thing I must say is like you may be grand, but it's like, is your wallet grand? Like
That's
Oh,
good.
that
point,
the
yeah.
shit is expensive and you will lead yourself into debt, especially if you're on the heavy stuff like the sniff.
It's the same as cigarettes. They're actually expensive as well.
Yeah, they're starting to, which is good because it's like it can kill you, and the more expensive it get, it'll make more people to hesitate it.
Yeah.
But then again, we have vapes now, which, as I believe, they are less harmful to it, but they are.
I think that
I've
was.
I'd have probably a cigar or a cigarette.
I'm on about like
Yeah.
to like drugs. Like vapes are a lot less like harmful, but when it comes to
Physically.
comparing, like comparing cigarettes and vapes are worse and they're easier to get. Like a small little vape in my job is only like €7 compared to a packet of smoke, so it's just like 14 quid.
Yeah.
So it's like easy to get, and especially some shops sell them to like teenagers in school and all.
Yeah,
No,
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
So you have people starting young.
Or you have some people buying it for them as well.
Yeah, like, which is one thing I like about my job because we ask for ID on everything. Even a simple can of Monster, we have to ask for ID.
Jesus.
If they look young, and we cannot sell if they're in school uniform because they're in uniform, we can't sell them. It doesn't matter if they have ID or not. They could be at 6th year, we couldn't give a bollocks, they're in uniform.
Yeah.
So,
Sure, yeah.
shit like vapes, I think, like, if they're gonna have them expensive as fuck.
Mm.
Put them, even just put the small ones to about €15, put the large ones 20, 25.
But like that's like saying like if you
Like it
Well,
doesn't.
if they're gonna go up, the cost of everything else has to go.
Yeah, literally,
That's
the
the thing.
demand for vapes and
Is so high.
it's so high that it doesn't matter what price you put them at, people still buy them.
Mm.
And it's like the demand, like something like that. The demand for drugs is so high.
That people-
If you made drugs legal,
It'll still
Like,
it won't
no,
affect
no matter
anyone.
what price you put them at,
The only
people
thing
still
will
buy it.
harm is the
Oh, if
dealers.
that's legal,
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
fucking shit.
And for politicians, if they make that legal, it's practically putting a bounty on your head because you just know all the dealers are going to want their head for that.
Literally, yeah.
The amount of money they're going to lose out because you've decided, to, oh yeah, let's make this legal.
Yeah, but like the point is, doesn't matter what price you put it at, people will still buy it because
Yeah.
the demand is there. You know
Like,
what I mean?
That'd be easy to get if it's legal as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Just go into
personally
a shop
thinking,
and
I
get
think
whatever.
if there's
Yeah.
going to be one drug that's legal, it's weed. Because there has been actual medical studies into it helping people to where the rest is just harmful.
Yeah, like I'm not saying like, so see when I walk past someone in public,
Yeah.
and especially nowadays where like a lot of people, like especially around my area, because
Yeah.
like a lot of people know,
Yeah.
like, oh, that's the name, right? And when I walk past them, they're like, oh, like, are they gonna say something? And when I smell weed off them, I get really anxious because I'm like, shit, they probably hate me because I'm all about, oh, don't smoke, don't smoke.
Yeah.
So when they smell like weed, then I'm like, oh shit, they probably hate me, right? But I'm not saying don't smoke weed, right? I'm saying don't let it take over your life.
Don't let it
Because-
consume you.
So many people are literally wake up every day and they're like, all I want to do is that. And I was one of them people. And like all the comments saying, oh, it's just weed, it's just weed. Like at the end of the day, my biggest problem wasn't weed. My problem was like,
Your
How is
mentality-
it affecting you? How
your
is
mentality and how you talk.
Yeah.
so me problem was anxiety and like I don't like the word because it's used so much, but depression, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember, like I said to me, Ma, I was like, Ma, I don't want to be here anymore, right?
Mhm.
And she was like, why, what's wrong? And I was like, I literally just, my mental health is so fucked, I don't want to be here. She got me the help that I needed, right?
Yeah.
And what I learned going to them meetings was that my problem wasn't weed, my problem was my mental health, but weed was stopping me
And you
from,
were using that
improving
to
it.
hide it. Yeah.
yeah. So that's like the science point that, as I said, everything is that deep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to say, like, that when people say, oh bro, you stopped smoking weed, you didn't fucking overcome crack, like, yeah, I get that, 100% I get that, but you can't downplay mental health. Like, I've had a lot of comments saying that, and that's the reason I make these kind of videos, and the reason I talk about this kind of shit when I'm probably making a show of myself, and the lads beside me are probably like, here we go again. But like,
No.
there's people, genuine people out there that could take this in a positive way, and even though probably there'll be 100 comments on this video, 99 are like, faggot,
Yeah.
melt, gay.
Oh, I
but
just
then
had me second joint.
there's one comment that would say, thanks Nathan, really helped, and I'm like, there we go.
Listen, plain and simple. No matter what you're going through, no matter how bad your mind is, there's people out there who will always help. Your mind is your biggest enemy.
Or it could
And-
be your best friend.
So if there's something wrong, go ask for help. Because at the end of the day, there will always be light at that end of the tunnel for you, for whether it be your family members. Just cause you're going through a rut doesn't mean that's the be all and end all. Like I know
Well,
in
it's
some
something,
situation
yeah.
people think to themselves, right, that's it, I need to give up in this rut. It's not. You need to just get yourself some help. Talk to someone. I know it may hurt
Work on
yourself,
yeah.
thinking maybe people take me as pussy going asking for help. Nobody will. If you're asking for help, you're being as brave as those men going to war.
Mhm.
Now, if you're going to war, that's different bravery. But you asking for help, it's actually much more braver than you believe.
100%. It takes balls to say, I'm feeling like shit. And I don't know if you've seen, but I was sitting in my room the other day after, it was after we went on the 5k, do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed, but do you remember at the end of the 5k, like we had a bit of a
Heated
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
like we got into a bit of a, me and Anto got into a bit of like a, like, alright,
Right, whatever, grand, fuck you, this, that. Yeah, we've gotten into. But that's that's normal for mates to happen.
yeah, that's
like.
normal, yeah. But in that moment you do feel like, oh, I'm so pissed off. I was sitting in my room and I was like, oh shit. and I'm gonna cut this part. I was pissed off about that and pissed off about other things. So I was sitting there and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do this, right? Whereas I don't go to them meetings anymore where I can just say stuff, get off my chest and get advice.
Yeah.
I just said I'm gonna just talk to a camera, right?
Yeah.
And like trying to build myself up to post that, because I'm literally sitting there, I'm like sad, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, the balls it takes to post that to like the amount of followers I have,
Yeah.
like where I know I'm gonna get slagged, and I was like, yeah, that's literally like one of the best things I've ever done, because it shows that when I post stuff when I'm high, I'm happy, I'm feeling good in life, I'm gonna post when I'm low, feeling shit, because it's like, because that is life at the end of the day.
Oh yeah. Because you have to be realistic, and well, I know a lot of people aren't.
Yeah. That's really, like, again, the best thing to do, just to tell people you're feeling sad. Even if you don't want to fucking talk to anyone, just go here, look, I'm feeling like shit, because people would rather listen to your fucking problems than listen to your story, if you know what I mean. If you were to do something bad and not make it, people be like, why didn't you just talk to me? Like, talk to people, it's important, honestly.
Personally, I think another aspect that would help a lot is getting like self-help books.
Yeah.
Because when I was going through,
sleep into a routine.
because when I was going through my shit, my sister gave me a book, and I've been reading it the last few days, and it's just like every single one of my problems that I haven't gone through, I found the solution in the book, and I was like, since then I've been following it, and my mood from a few weeks back is, remember we posted on how our moods at the moment was, and I said I was a 4.
Yeah.
Now I'm back up to being at an 8, now a 9.
That's brilliant.
That is amazing.
My mind is now cleared of anything that was dragging me down, and now
if you could even as well tell the viewers what book it is, they might need it.
it's called
who wrote
Good. It's I don't know who wrote it, but it's called Good Life, Good Vibes.
Tell you what,
I think I might have heard of it.
send me a picture later, I'm going to put it on the screen now. And
I'm only like 70 pages, and there's like over nearly 300 pages in it.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So I've
how
been
often, how like much time in a day would you spend reading that?
probably 15 to 20 minutes, and I also listen to like relaxation music when I'm doing it, so I'm not in my mind just go like overthinking. I'm just being calm, reading the words, and it's just been working the trick for me.
Yeah, lads, honestly, please like take some inspiration from that. Like Anto came up, right? He could have sat there when I asked how happy everyone is. He could have went, oh yeah, I'm 10 out of 10, but
You could have just lied and hit it.
he was honest. He said, no, look, I'm 4 out of 10. Me and Luke saying, alright, we'll help you out, we'll bring you on a job, whatever. Then, but he went his own way about it, and he kept showing up for podcast recordings when, like, you know yourself, when you're in a shit mood, you don't want to show up for work, you don't want to show up for stuff like that. But Anto did, and now look, he's back up to 8 out of 10, and that's because he dug himself out of that rut and climbed himself out of a rut. You dig yourself into a rut.
Yeah.
Climbed himself out of a rut and still showing up, and despite all the comments saying nasty stuff, like,
I, as someone who does like YouTube and content myself, like comments like that, it won't faze me at all. Like I've had worse comments said to me.
So I'm used to all the comments now. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
even though I don't get much.
actually, do you know what?
This
Scan. All the comments say you don't talk. Come on. Tell them a story. Tell them a story.
Hold on, I was trying to get back to the book stuff that a lot of people underestimate reading and all.
Yeah,
People like,
they do,
it's a bit boring, but it can actually be really beneficial.
I agree, yeah.
But yeah.
honest God, like reading a book is like, you may think it's boring, but the minute you start getting into the book, it's like,
Yeah.
where's time gone?
Do you know what my favourite like book series was?
Dory of Wimpy Kid.
Nah, it's up there.
That
but
was
it's
good
not-
as a kid.
As a
It
kid,
was
yeah.
elite, especially in primary school.
You know the Jamie Johnson book sets.
I'm not sure actually.
Ooh,
Do you know it?
no.
Like I read the whole Jamie Johnson like collection right when I think I was in 5th class, and like it was the best thing ever because it's about football, and obviously I loved football.
Oh yeah, no,
So,
yeah.
Oh, it was legal. I don't know. I'd love to read all them again.
Do you always remember a book called Holtz?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that as well. In
Yeah.
5th class, wasn't it?
Yeah. Zero, nothing going on up there. Actually, Zero's, I'm not talking.
But yeah, Holtz, like I think the book was way much better than the movie.
Yeah, well,
I don't think I read that. I read
see,
the book.
I would
Oh, yeah.
rather. I'd rather read a book where like I can like sort of read it in my head and then play the picture in my head rather than sitting in a class where one person's reading one page and then the next person's reading the next. Like I couldn't never concentrate with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No, that was a bit of a pain in the arse. Just you
You
wanna
read
sit
about
there.
the last bit and the next page someone else reads. Oh
Yeah.
Jesus!
Christ,
I
it
never
was-
wanted to read.
Yeah, that was,
I don't have a stutter around, but yeah, I never wanted to read.
Yeah. I mean, in most of my English classes, I either have my head down, except for the time
That
where
was
actually,
every class when you were
yeah, except for the time where my actual English teacher was also my yearhead. That was, you knew you couldn't put the head down there. You kind of actually just had to do your work because.
Oh, I remember trying to go to sleep in French.
Oh, that's French. I feel bad for you.
Oh,
Home ec
Jesus.
was chaos as well. To be fair,
Yeah.
that was.
So Scan, just start talking because
Yeah, I just want to say that.
and me and Ando can't sorry,
Nah.
I actually interrupted as I was saying that. We can't interrupt because that's all I come and say.
I just want to get a story. We did talk a bit about sports already, but I just want to hear if you've ever heard of Don Fry, was a former UFC fighter. Back then when rules were like different in the UFC, you could do literally nearly everything except obviously hits downstairs and all that stuff. So it wasn't much. It's not like as much as it is now. It's like weight cutting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he said something. He goes, "You either go to the after party or the hospital." So he just went brawling, bam, bam, bam.
Jeez.
So if you won, you go to the after party. You lose,
Yeah.
hospital.
I'm afraid to talk in case I say I'm interrupted you.
No, you can go ahead.
But honest to God, like I think this episode so far has actually been flown amazing. Despite like we were supposed to have guests,
Supposed to
tomorrow,
have guests, they let us
Yeah.
down.
We will have guests eventually.
and I'm gonna put this warning out there. We do not give second chances. So if you don't turn up when we give you the available slot, we will not be giving you another chance. I'm sorry. It's just
Well, it depends because if someone says like, "Sorry, my nanny fell down the stairs," like, alright, you know what?
if you have a reasonable, but it's like we will for just
Well,
not
that's
turning
the
up.
like serious
when-
reason.
Yeah. No, but
If you tell us
Yeah,
that
but-
you're gonna be there,
you can kind of tell if someone's taking the piss or if they're not. Today I just misjudged it. Anyway, so you know this guy over here as
Yeah.
Luke, right?
put the mute jammer down.
Actually, some people know me as Jamie.
Yes.
Oh,
But his like since like what the last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. How long have you been known as Scan?
I actually don't know. I think the last 5 years maybe.
Oh, fair.
5, 6, yeah.
Yeah. So we call Luke Scan because
Yeah.
second
Not
name,
Jamie.
second name Scanlon, obviously. But so if you hear us saying Scan or whatever, just
That's me.
because when I'm like gonna put up a video, I do be typing Scan's biggest fear, and I'm like, shit,
No,
they
it's
know
Luke's
they know him as Luke.
But,
But, like we call him Scan, so if you heard that, that's we're calling.
Have people not clocked that from like earlier episodes?
I think we vaguely put it in. Like,
Yeah,
me
sometimes
saying
you say Luke
Scan.
and all
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I think it's now time to deploy the mute jammer on Scan.
What?
Because Moot is an operator around 6 stages of basically a Moot block signal, so you jam stuff.
Yeah.
And Moo, obviously being Moo.
Yeah.
And people say I don't talk. Anyway, yeah.
Hopefully, before this episode goes out, we will have recorded the live episode. How,
Oh.
where do you stand on that? Do you think you're ready?
I think we're ready to smash
Yeah.
it. We just need to be wary on what we say.
Yeah, definitely. And we've done alright. The only thing was the thing.
In all
I said.
fairness, I'm not too sure, but I think you actually can swear on live.
Yeah,
It's
you
just-
can
you
swear,
can.
but we don't want to be talking about people
Or
we know.
slang
Oh,
people,
Yeah, or like talking about a woman's tits or something like that. Like,
No, we can do that.
You can just say.
Just not
Babylons.
any specific woman.
Yeah.
Well, you can't say heavy cane or
we
fridges.
can say just use the term watermelons and peaches,
Yeah.
front and behind.
BPD, big peach disorder.
Even if Scan's not, I'll see if I can get 1 or 2 games in just
I
to
should-
get content out.
Shout out your TikTok there.
My TikTok is at default Tony. It's also the same as my Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So check that out.
I just realised something. I can't mention the YouTube.
Okay, right.
We can cut that part.
I can put it on the story. It doesn't affect story.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the platforms are the same.
So yes, I say. So try again.
So, if you want to come see my Siege gameplay, as copper as I am, come out, check out the False Tony on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok.
Are you, just say,
Did I say
just
again?
say TikTok on all platforms. All,
Right.
all
Here
digital
we go again.
platforms.
Yeah, oh, that's a good. Yeah.
I still have all digital platforms.
Take
man.
3.
If you just want to see me play Siege, Rocket League, any games, come to my TikTok or any other platform at the name @FalseTony, and you'll see clips, highlights. You'll see me on there.
There you go. Anything else before we wrap today's up? I think we've. If you're still watching, right? Because I want to see who watched the full videos. If you're still watching, comment.
I'll get my knob
Nathan-
out for you.
Comment on on the YouTube, yeah. Comment, Nathan, it's your turn to have a shower. Yeah. So that's how I know if you stuck around till the end. So just comment that, yeah. Anything else before we wrap up today?
I think that's it.
Oh,
I think we've flowed really well today and
Yeah.
got some really different topics than what we normally go for.
Yeah, and if you also got this far, say yes or no. Did I talk enough?
That's the question everyone's asking. Did you talk enough?
And the biggest myth of all, did I shower?
Wait, did you?
We'll find out in the next
After
episode.
the episode.
We'll see you again in the next episode. Peace.
You've put no. Correct answer is.
This means now
It's recording now.
that means you're gonna be the mule for going places.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to lick leads off you like that.
Yeah, that's not the plan, but it's like
Our opportunities have gotten a little more open
That's
now.
what I want to get a car myself.
Yeah.
But this is Wrong Socks taxi service, so yeah.
yeah. Then don't get mixed up with the Wrong Socks fake taxi service. That's coming later on this year.
If it was me, I probably would have put music over, you know.
I know I gotta stop. I'm lost because it's defeated me. I've put a plan in place, but I realised it defeated me.
That could also be a good little bit of content for us.
Yeah,
Road trip
for
first.
Tanks, petrol.
Yeah. Put the boot down.
That's it. Stall it there, will you? There's the garnet.
Like when you do feel like you do want another girlfriend or something like that, this can be easily like a chick magnet.
Trust you don't need any tin or around like that.
How long have we been at this red light?
Road rage!
Oh. Sorry about that, guys. So rate the inside of the car.
Really good.
Interior, I'm gonna give it.
Get a little 360 on it.
Yeah.
So here I am at
You
the back,
could pass the camera in.
and then there's our lovely taxi driver there,
It's up.
and then here's our mute jammer person.
I'm gonna give the interior a 11.5 out of
Yeah.
10.
What about the driver's looks?
Oh,
I don't know, it's a bit faded, so I'd say about 5.
I'd say 11 out of 10.
Tell you what, lads. For this first car journey, you have to celebrate with a fat joint.
Oh.
You're actually driving really like confidently, like you know what you're doing.
Stop sucking me dick.
I'm not at the front seat.
I knew you were gonna say
Scan.
Let's look at the nice scenery today in Dublin, Ireland. Why is it happy roasting today? Cause recently it was like windy and all. I actually feel like a YouTuber now that's recording the car. Just making our way to destination now, guys. Look at this driver. He said you want to start racing soon.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I just had the camera facing straight that way. Turn the camera around to me. That's enough of me. We'll be getting out literally now in a second.
Yeah. Someone behind me says whenever I get the. Peace out.
Peace.
See
Yeah.
you again.
That's it.